Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. You know our mission. We dig into interesting sources, pull out the key insights, and basically get you up to speed fast. And today, we've got something pretty unique. It's this personal music experiment, kind of like a World Cup for albums.
That's right. It's a fascinating approach, really. Someone took their own music collection, grouped albums randomly, and then listened to them. Like, really listen, repeatedly, back to back, then rank them.
So it's not just putting on a record you like.
No, not at all. It's more intense. Almost like a crucible for the music. It forces you to compare them directly, cuts through maybe some of that nostalgia bias we all have.
I see.
And it really shows how personal taste works and maybe why certain albums just stick with you after intense listening, while others maybe don't. It's not just about classics everyone agrees on.
Okay, got it. Like a tournament for your ear. So which albums were duking it out in this round? We're looking at Group 2 today, right?
Group 2, yeah. And it had some real heavy hitters. You had Pink Floyd's The Wall.
An absolute giant.
Definitely. Then UFO's Too Hot to Handle.
Classic rock there.
Chris Rea's New Light Through Old Windows, the compilation. And Foreigner's Classic Hits Live.
Wow. Okay, so Floyd, UFO, Chris Rea, and a live Foreigner album. That sounds like quite a mix. Potential clash of titans, like the source said.
It really was set up that way. And while, the winner might seem predictable to some.
Pink Floyd.
Spoilers, but yes. The interesting part was actually the fight further down.
Okay. So let's unpack it. After all that intense, repeated listening, who came out on top in Group 2?
Unsurprisingly, perhaps, the clear winner moving on was Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Right.
The source calls it epic, lyrically dark, wonderful melodic passages, masterful guitar playing. Still makes the spine tingle, apparently.
Can't argue with that description. It's an album that demands attention.
Exactly. And I think that's key here. Under this kind of scrutiny, an album like The Wall, with its layers and its whole narrative structure, it doesn't just hold up. It kind of reveals more. It deepens, almost.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not just a collection of songs. But what about that fight you mentioned, the runner-up spot? You said that was close.
Oh, super close. Came down to Chris Rea's New Light Through Old Windows versus UFO's Too Hot to Handle.
Interesting comparison. Very different styles.
Totally. With Rea, the source highlights the songs being beautifully crafted and arranged. That smooth, almost soulful songwriting he does so well. It just kind of envelops you.
Yeah, understated but brilliant.
Right. And it proves that kind of quality can really shine when you focus on it like this. But then you have UFO.
More straightforward rock.
Yeah, described as just so cool, real good time, rock and roll with some outstanding guitar playing. You know UFO, right? High energy, great live band feel, even on studio tracks sometimes. That raw energy clearly worked well back to back.
So a real battle between polish and raw power for second place.
Exactly.
And what about the fourth album? Foreigner's Classic Hits Live. Didn't make it through, but a live album is always a bit of a wild card in these things.
It is, and the source noted it offered a fresh interpretation of huge songs like Urgent, Jukebox Hero, Head Games.
Classics.
Absolute classics. So even though their studio stuff is legendary arena rock, hearing those songs live, even on record, brought a different energy. It shows how context matters, right? Even familiar songs sound different this way.
So pulling back a bit, what's the big takeaway here for you listening? This whole experiment seems to hammer home that old saying.
The gustibus non est disputandum?
Exactly. There's no arguing taste. It's fascinating how forcing albums from different vibes, different eras into this head-to-head battle really forces a reevaluation.
It strips away the supposed to like this feeling sometimes.
Yeah. It's not about the critic lists or legendary status necessarily. It's about what genuinely hits you repeatedly in that focused listening environment. What gives you that powerful feeling consistently.
Right. And that connects to the bigger idea, I think. That personal, almost visceral connection we have with music, that spine-tingling feeling the source mentioned for The Wall. It often just bypasses objective rankings or what's critically cool. The really interesting thing isn't just that classics aren't always number one for everyone, but maybe why they endure for those they connect with. It's that ability to deliver those powerful moments again and again, even under pressure like this.
Yeah.
Which, leaves a question for you, the listener, to think about. What's an album you absolutely cherish, maybe consider a personal classic that might actually surprise other people? What's on your top shelf that defies the usual expectations?